And absolutely, if money is not showing up in your bank account, it means you're Welcome everybody, it's Gull Khan here, your money mindset expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through their money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. My past clients have manifested anything up to $830,000 within 8 weeks of working with me. And my most recent success story actually is, there's a couple. There's one there where my client and actually cleared $150,000 worth of debt within 6 months of working with me. And then recently I just found out another story, which I'm going to share through another post as well, where a client of mine had a phobia of water. And even though I focused on money, but she managed to clear her phobia of water and was actually deep down in the water. I think deep into 20 feet in the water, which is a magnificent thing. So yeah, so that's my story. Today we're talking about creating your millionaire mindset. So, who am I and what do I do? So let me ask you this question. When I talk about money, and I do talk about money quite a bit because money is my area of expertise. I want to give you a quick quote before I start, and this quote really hones into the reason why I've spoken about this topic and why this topic is so important to me. Why do I drum in the fact that you really do need to actually create and have a millionaire mindset? Okay, so let me read this quote, and this is one of my favorite authors of all time. If you haven't read his book, the book from Wallace D. Waddles, which is The Science of Getting Rich. It's one of my favorite books. I forgot the title of the book for a moment, but if you haven't read it, you have to read it, and I'm gonna read a quote from it. Okay, and the quote is as follows: "The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way. Those who do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich. Those who do not do things in a certain way, no matter how hard they work or how able they are, remain poor. It is a natural law. It is a natural like the causes always produces like effects. Therefore, any man or woman who learns to do things in a certain way will infallibly get rich." Now, this is one of the quotes from my favorite authors, Wallace D. Waddles. The point is, why do we need to actually think like a millionaire before you become one? Now, a lot of people, when I speak to them, I say, okay, where's your money? Where's your thermostat? Where are you thinking about money? What are you thinking about doing about money? What do you want money? And honestly, most of the time people say to me, "Oh, Gull, of course I want money. Of course I want to have more money. Of course I want to increase my income. Of course I want to become a millionaire." But then I ask, okay, so what kind of money is showing up in your bank account? And it's very, very stark. That's black and white, the universe reflecting back to you what your feeling is towards money. Now, if you don't have money at the moment, it means you're not thinking like a millionaire. You're thinking, so if you're struggling with money, it means you're thinking more about the struggles than actually having prosperity. If you're not having the millionaire in the bank account, it means you're thinking more about other things than you are thinking as a millionaire. Your thoughts would absolutely 100% reflect back to you in your bank account exactly what you're sending out. So if you're most of the time your energy is around lack and scarcity and struggles and financial problems and bills and so forth, then most of the time your bank account will reflect that. Okay, this is why it's so important to change your mindset. Okay, you have to understand how to change your mindset. The problem with most people is that they actually think, yeah, I want money and I desire money, and then the sad fact is, and this is the thing that I've found with all my clients, all my clients actually, they have the talent, they have the abilities, they have the skill set, they have the resources, they even have the businesses. Okay, most of my clients who come to me tend to be entrepreneurs. They actually have established businesses or have already started their businesses. So you have all the skills necessary to become a millionaire and all the tools and the pathway, but they're still not there. Another one which is a common factor that I find in my clients is, so a lot of them have transitioned from the corporate world into the entrepreneurial world, and they establish a business, they have a business which starts working, which gets some results and gets some clients and gets some money through the door. However, they reach the same sort of level as the corporate career did. So the kind of income sort of level meets the level that they did in the corporate career, and they find that's where they sort of level off. Okay, they're unable to break through that. And the reason is because you're used to that kind of money, and that amount of money is easy for you to accept and allow into your energy field, even if it is from an alternative source, being your business rather than your job. But getting to the point of actually making money and not making a vast amount of money through through a different medium is where the breaking point is. And that's where the way you think about money on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, is of imperative value. Now, I have people come to me and who do meditations and affirmations, whatever, and what I find is most of the time they're focusing for a small amount of time on the affirmations, for a small amount of time on the prosperity, for a small amount of time doing the visualizations. But most of the time, like 90% of the time, they're focusing on the lack and scarcity and the lack of money not being there. Now, this is not a unique thing. Even though I'm a money person, I still come across my blocks, and I still come across places where I am blocked up, and I feel, okay, so if I'm so brilliant at money, why am I getting blocked? And then I will have to go back and look at, okay, so this week money hasn't come through, why hasn't? And I'm going to share something very, very honest with you. So I had a contract come through, and this week the contract actually has been postponed, so I won't be getting the money for that contract until next month. And that put me off, and then I thought, oh shoot. And I actually sat there yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I've got bills to pay, I have staff, team members, I have team members to pay. And I actually sat there and I thought, oh God, what am I going to do? And for the day, I wallowed myself thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do with money? And then I had to stop, take a step back and realize, okay, go, this is the situation where it is. Okay, analyze what you've been doing over the past week. And I realized the past week what I've been focusing on, the expenses, the work, and so forth. And I neglected my meditations. I neglected my my focus work that I do on money. And I had been focusing on all the negative and low energy of money. And remember, I do a lot of energy clearing, so I connect to all my clients. So I pick up their rubbish anyway. Remember, I cleanse my clients. So what I did was, I haven't done my own cleansing of myself, and I picked up the rubbish from my clients, and I've got quite a large number of clients through the various programs that I do. So I had picked up everyone else's rubbish, and I hadn't cleansed it from my own energy. And therefore, this was absolutely reflected back in my money story, in my money, in my black and white, way in my bank account. And I sat there and cleansed. And I thought, okay, this is what it is, and I just start focusing. So remember, the belief in what you're saying is very important. Just saying the affirmations is just empty words. Okay, it's empty words. You have to have the belief to go with it, and that's where that comes with training. So when I sat there yesterday, I did my affirmations. A friend of mine suggested, and he knows about manifesting and so forth. He suggested I go outside and sit in the grass and just sit there and open up my root chakra, my first chakra, and actually focus on meditating. And that was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant, because it brought out so much rubbish, so much garbage. So I was pretty much angry yesterday because I was allowing all this rubbish to come to surface, and I was able to cleanse all of it. And then this morning, that contract hasn't come through, but the amount of money that I needed for the end of the month for my VAs and my other business expenses has shown up unexpectedly from out of the blue. And that is the beauty of having the mindset. So I didn't have to focus on where the money was going to come from. The money was going to come, and it did come. I had to focus on my energy and my thinking. And absolutely, if money is not showing up in your bank account, it means you're focusing more on the lack and scarcity. If you're not a millionaire right now, it means you're focusing more on not having money than actually having money, and more on not being a millionaire than actually being a millionaire. You have to take personal responsibility of exactly where you are. Now, I'm the kind of person who says, yes, it's not your fault, and the fact that you've got the social programming. However, I'm also the same person who says you have to take personal responsibility for your life and for the things that show up in your life, right? You have to work out, okay, this is where I am at the moment, and don't have judgments about yourself. Okay, this is where I am at the moment. This is what my past thinking has got me to. So where do I want to go from now onwards? And then change your mindset and change your thinking accordingly. Okay, if you don't change your thinking, you will be here exactly the same place here tomorrow. Now, don't fret, don't worry. This is where I'm able to help. I have helped hundreds and hundreds of men and women alike to change their mindset. I'm actually probably, I've got a talent for this. See, there's comments that I get from people, even when I go and speak on somebody else's platform and as a guest. Every single time, I always get at least one person who comes back and says, well, I listened to your talk and I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I've got a new client. All of a sudden this new shift happened. All of a sudden this magical thing happened. Magical things happen when I turn up because of the energy that I hold and the energy that I'm able to relay to yourselves. So that's why even being in that challenge, those 5-day challenge, will dramatically shift your energy as well as your mindset. Remember, I'm an energy person. I call myself a money mindset expert, but I focus on actually changing your mindset and your energy. But remember, for you to be prosperous, to have money, the first step is changing your mindset. By changing your mindset, you will change your energy. And when you change your energy, you will attract more abundance and prosperity into your life. It's a given, okay? It's absolutely given. I don't care how you sugarcoat it. I don't care how much you say, oh, well, I've read this book and I've read that book and whatever. And I coach, by the way, I coach a lot of mindset coaches. So a lot of clients who come to me tend to be mindset coaches as well. Right? And they have this really beautiful knack of, changing people's mindset and changing people's, ideas about things. However, they still personally struggle with money themselves because they are not able to accept energetically money into their lives. And that's my specialty. I can help you do that. I can change your mindset when it comes to money. Anyway, I'll see you next time for another live, for another meeting, and take care. Bye for now.